Directed by Mike Flanagan, Life of Chuck is one of the strangest movies I've seen this year, but easily one of the best. The film stars Tom Hiddleston and about a dozen others you will recognize, is narrated by Nick Offerman, and it tells the story of an average everyday man's life named Chuck. I heard a lot of buzz about this film, but going into it, I was not crazy excited about it. It's not the type of film I would usually get amped up to see, but I am so happy to be proven wrong and have given this movie a chance because this was one of my most enjoyable watches I've had so far this year. It's a very simple film, but it's told in reverse chronological order starting at Act 3, moving on to Act 1, and the consistency throughout these acts is this character named Chuck, who just keeps showing up his own life and in the lives of others. People don't really know why this guy is so prevalent. And story aside, this movie is just a beautiful celebration of life. This is the type of movie I don't think everybody is going to see, but I believe everybody should see. The risk reward is just too great with a movie like this. You might not enjoy it, but it's also a movie, and I don't say this lightly, that is profound enough I truly believe can change the way you view life entirely. The concept of this film centering around an everyday man's life is very simple, but it's also executed to perfection. The acting is top notch. I found the dialogue in this movie, the existential talk, to be pretty fascinating. Even within the first 10 or so minutes of this film, it has an absolutely mind-blowing conversation about the existence of time, how vastly insignificant we all are. Even what we're experiencing now is just a blip on the radar of the existence of the universe. I thought this movie was pretty masterful in the way it tells its story. It's very humbling in reminding you, when you remove all of the distractions we deal with every single day, going to work, paying bills, technology, really all we have in life is the humanity of connecting to others, legacy and the imprint we leave on society, on the universe, because we're not going to be here forever. It's a very brief stint. Enjoy it while it lasts. Soak up the little moments. That's what it means to be human. And it's really hard to explain without giving away particular things in this movie, but Mike Flanagan, he's always been really good at this. I think he basically perfectly captures that in this film, just based on very simple interactions and conversations between strangers and our main character, Chuck. This movie does remind you that those moments, while they seem insignificant, are the most significant thing we will ever experience. That's going to be the core of what we remember. What's so cool about this film is while I'm explaining this, I kind of can hear myself talking and it sounds very dry and such a heavy subject. It's really not. This movie is oddly comedic and light in tone, even though it is a very serious movie to the core. But there are a good number of jokes I think really landed in this film. The acting is top notch. A bunch of heartfelt moments between dance scenes and just memories that were elicited in me based on the character's actions that will have you smiling at this movie, as stupid as some of the scenes seem. And even though this movie is centralized around this one guy named Chuck, I think this movie does do a good job of illustrating that we are all very similar. Our life experiences, how we perceive these experiences, are all very similar. Even though we do have different trajectories, we meet different people, we all do undergo the same experiences when it comes to connecting and putting ourselves out there. There are so many elements of this movie that I'm sure will elicit emotion in you if you can connect to any of this, and I think basically everybody will because of the human element. And at the risk of sounding repetitive, what I really enjoyed about this film is just the simplicity of it, but how beautifully told and how well executed it is. A very simple story of just doing what we can and ignoring what we cannot. Some things are out of our control, accepting that, embracing the positivity in our lives, the connections we have, things that make us us. Even though we do have faults, we have plenty of positives to go along with it as well. So in the end, for me, I thought the experience of this film was just a full course meal. I smiled at points, I got emotional at points. I thought it was thought-provoking existentially, the way it makes you think about life, what's really important. Whether or not the way I'm describing this sounds interesting to you, I do highly recommend you check it out. I think it's a very powerful and important film. It could overall change the way you view everyday monotony. Pleasantly surprised with this movie, not one that was on my radar, but I'm really happy I went outside my comfort zone and gave this one a look. One of my favorites of the year so far, definitely worth watching on Blu-ray and showing the people you like. So I hope you guys get around to seeing this one and enjoy it. If you do, comment down below, like, subscribe, all of that really helps the channel. I will see you in the next review. Peace.